Hey, what's going on, guys? Goose here, man. Coming back at you in a video. We're gonna recap the Saints and the Seahawks game that was yesterday, as the Saints win 39-32. They get back in the win column as they had lost 3 straight, and you know, it wasn't pretty, but they did get the win. They win 39-32 as Taysom Hill had a big touchdown run late in the game, and the Saints were able to hold on for a 7-point victory. So let's look at the some of the stats here. If my iPad will cooperate with me. All right, so the Saints, as Andy Dalton only threw for 187, did have a touchdown, did throw a pick, but the running game was big for the Saints. They had 2 rushers over 100 yards, Taysom Hill and Alvin Kamara. 112 for Hill, 103 for Kamara. So Saints averaged 4.9 yards per rush, which is getting it done. And they ran the ball for 235 yards. Alvin Kamara also was the leading receiver. He had 6 catches for 91 yards. So good to see the Saints, actually get Alvin Kamara, involved in the passing game. I thought it was big. Now, you look at the Seahawks. The Saints did give 151 yards on the ground, and the Seahawks averaged 7.2 yards per rush. That's outstanding that they rushed for 7.2 yards. But the Saints were able to hold on for the victory as they outscored them. Seahawks had a turnover. Saints had 2. So the Saints just had to outscore them. I was really surprised. I know Seattle scored a bunch of points against Detroit the last week, but I was a little surprised that, I was really surprised that the Seahawks were able to run the ball as well as they did. I thought the Saints would be able to limit them rushing. I thought the Seahawks would win. I was wrong there, but I thought the Saints would. I thought it'd be the passing game that the Seahawks would torch us in. But the Saints get the victory, 39-32. So next week they got the Cincinnati Bengals coming to town. Joe Burrow and the Bengals coming to town as they lost last night to the Ravens. So it's gonna be a tough game for the Saints next week. Hopefully we're gonna have some people back. Hopefully Olave can come back. Hopefully Jarvis Landry, Michael Thomas. And we'll see what Jameis Winston is. Jameis Winston's going to be the starting quarterback when he comes back. I know people are going to think, well, just keep playing Dalton. Just keep playing Dalton. Well, Dalton's the backup. If Jameis Winston is healthy, he is going to be the starting quarterback. Now, when he comes back, he doesn't perform, then you might see Andy Dalton. But so anybody who wants Andy Dalton to start, you better just hope that Winston's not healthy this week, because if he's healthy, he's starting. But I thought Dalton played okay. I mean, 170 yards is okay passing. He did have an interception, but it was a running game that won the game for the Saints. It wasn't Andy Dalton. It wasn't the defense. The defense gave up 32 points. It was a running game. But the running game was big for the Saints, and it's going to have to continue next week, because Joe Burrow and the Bengals, they throw the ball a lot. They got great receivers. And their offensive line is not very good, so the Saints might be able to exploit that next week. But all in all, it's a good win for the Saints. Anytime you win in the NFL, it's always good. No matter if you win by 1 or 20 or whatever, a win is a win in the NFL. Saints go to 2-3 on the season, so next week they'll try to get back to 500. And but we'll see how the week goes. Like I said, hopefully we get some players back, because Olave left with a concussion. And we need to get Michael Thomas back and Jarvis Landry. We get those 3. If we have our 3 receivers next week, we got a good chance of getting the victory. But have a good one. I'll see you next time. Go Saints.